Truman Field in Seattle, Washington. Coming up, we got a good matchup on tap here, as it'll be the New York Giants taking on the Seattle Seahawks. Here's the kicker, Jason Myers, to get this one started. And off we go from Seattle. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. They'll start out on the ground, and Saquon Barkley. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now Jones. He'll find Paris Campbell. That's complete. And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. Throwing Jones. Escaping the pressure right. Got an open man. That's Campbell. And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Now that's all about making something happen as a quarterback, because instead of forcing something on 3rd down, how about him buying some time outside of the pocket, waiting for someone to come open, and when he did, he put it on him for a big play and a first down.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Buying time to his left. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And some room to work. That one good for 37 yards.
We expected this defense to be tested by this passing game coming into this one. And there's an example on this first possession of the game.
Go better, go better, go better.
Jones with a handoff to Barkley. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Looking to throw. Jones eluding the pressure right. The ball comes out, and this is going to kick out of bounds. Boy, a fortunate bounce or 2 there. They'll keep possession back inside the 10-yard line. Thankfully for the offense, a fortuitous bounce there on the fumble goes out of bounds, because they're down here in the red zone. You don't want to lose one there.
You don't want to lose one, and the best part, because it went out of bounds, they retain possession, still have an opportunity.
And trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Uchenna and Wosu got the sack there.
Well, it's about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
You know, he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
Eskridge going to keep this one in the end zone, and they'll start at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
Now Smith and the Seahawks going to come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Hey, easy. Fuck, runner.
Geno now to throw. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. that's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
Throwing on third down, Smith. And that is incomplete.
That was their first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away.
And this will be taken at the 13. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
Here we go.
Jones on first down, flushed out right. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run it and try and keep the defense honest.
You may also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down.
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
That was third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. How to get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward, incomplete pass. On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. Taken in at the 11. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10.
At their own 21-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that's going to be knocked away and incomplete. And with it, time has expired on the first quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Geno. That's complete to DK Metcalf. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
There's another example what defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They gave up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a 4th down.
On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Back to throw. Jones, flush to his right. And that is incomplete.
Well, obviously searching for their first touchdown this game, partner. That quick 3-and-out, that's not going to achieve that at all. Get victory to the secondary there. They brought out tight coverage on that 3rd down snap.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away.
This is taken at the 15.
Found good room to run there. Returns at 14 yards. And they will take over 1st and 10. You don't see that too often, Charles. He punted that away and then hustled up to make the stop as well.
Yeah, because oftentimes they serve as their own safety after punting it. You want to be the last guy, but he decided to get involved in the action, didn't he? And what a spark that's got to provide for the rest of his team when they see their punter out there making a nice hit.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd and a couple. Smith going to move him around. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
And he stopped immediately there. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Now they'll change things up. They'll try for the first with Walker.
Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Here's Michael Dixon now to punt. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach.
Oh, poor decision there, and it's going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Jamal Adams. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. There's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Brought down on the play by Kayvon Thibodeau.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. Here's 2nd and 10. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. He came out ready to play. That's 3 tackles for a loss, Charles, rolling the second quarter.
And that's problematic for the guys trying to run offense, because that means he's got a pretty good idea of what they're doing and is actually beating them to the point of attack and making those plays. Might have to think about some misdirection or something to try and get him away from the ball.
Backed up here. Tough spot. Needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
Throwing now is Geno. No chance to get away there for Smith as he goes down. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. Here we go on 4th. Smith. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Pete Carroll rolled the dice, but it didn't work out. And the Giants are going to get the football back. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to want to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. To throw again, Jones. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Looking to throw. Jones. It's hauled in by Shepard. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. On is Jamie Gillen to punt this one away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And with a little under a minute to go, they may try and work their way into field goal range and try to tie up this ball game. Now a play fake, and it's Smith. And complete to Smith-Njigba. Room past the 35. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down. Off of play action. Here's Smith. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And he's got it inside the 10. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf, 63 yards. And the Seahawks will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. That could be an important swing right there. A touchdown in the final minute of the half to take the lead.
And I like the point you just made there. Could be an important swing because now that they have the lead, if they can carry that into the locker room at the half, they'll feel really good about what they accomplished in the first 2 quarters.
Myers connects on the PAT, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. With this slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Jones.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted.
Picked off by Quadre Diggs. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
the 41-yard line.
Walker now on 1st and 10.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
In my humble estimation, terrific work there defensively. Running backs trying to get wide, get to the sideline, and they beat him to the spot, forced him out of bounds, pretty close to the line of scrimmage.
Here's a 2nd and 9 now from the 29. Now Smith.
He hits his target. Lockett. Touchdown, Seahawks. Tyler Lockett as the first half is winding down.
And the Seahawks will extend their lead here just before halftime.
Partner, to me, that touchdown had something that was kind of rooted in that group seeing the future. What I mean by that is they had a plan. Let's find a way to score right here before the half. And that'll give us momentum going into the second half. Give us that cushion that we're looking for. They got that accomplished, scoring right before the half ended.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot. Martin, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Operating from the gun, Jones.
Oh, he's going to look downfield for Barkley. And they get Jones for the 3rd time in this ballgame.
Picked off by Quandre Diggs.
And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half.
First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Ready for the second half. 14-3 our score as we are back underway on EA Sports.
Eskridge going to keep this one in the end zone, and they'll start at the 25-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
This offense set to begin the third quarter, and Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one, so now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game, and down the stretch, being able to be balanced, either throw it or run it, and try and win this ball game. You tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Play action. It's Smith. He lets it fly from Lockett. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I've got a good friend in football, always talks about predictive history. He's got one of their 2 touchdowns. You can understand why they tried to find him again. Weren't able to connect, but the thought, that was good.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. They'll look to set up his blockers. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys. Through this patch, we need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Jones throw complete here to Waller. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 43. Jones fakes the give to Barkley. Hyatt has got it. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Back to throw. Jones escaping and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Up the middle with Barkley. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long.
Well, it's not time to get them established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Jones. That's complete to Slayton. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or 2 short, and it's 4th down. Forced out to his left. Down inside the 10. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. Well, certainly not how they drew it up. A 4th down gamble turns into a 4th down scramble, but all is well. 1st down. Back to throw. Jones. Touchdown! Darius Slayton. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Giants have cut it back within a score. Brian Dable dialing up a play call here as they will go for 2. Jones throwing for it. And he'll get in for the 2 points. And that'll cut the deficit down to just a field goal. I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call. And he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion. And now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
Esker's going to keep this one in the end zone, and they'll start at the 25-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Pretty important 3rd quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Sticking with Walker on second down.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with 3rd and still 7 yards to go.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Smith now to throw.
And this pass broken up. The contact well-timed there, and now 4th down.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time. Now, Charles, remember, they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were on the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25.
Jones in trouble here, and down he goes.
And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Jones now to throw on 3rd down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Tariq Woolen picks it, and the Seahawks are going to get the football back as time will run out in this 3rd quarter of play.
So it'll be a change of possession on the turnover when we get back. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
There we go.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Smith here, an audible at the line. A give for Walker running right.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
You've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
On 3rd down, here's Walker.
And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. And it's just short. He got 6 of the 7 he needed, so that leaves a decision here on 4th and a yard.
They'll run for it. It's Walker.
He will score. Touchdown, Seattle.
Kenneth Walker,
27 yards.
and the Seahawks will add to their 4th quarter lead. So how about the fortitude there? They're in field goal range, but they say, no, forget the 3. We think we can get the first, and they wind up getting a lot more than they bargained for.
And I love how you used an SAT word to describe what we just saw there, partner. That's got to be a deflated defense. You see the head down, the shoulders slumped. But we've talked about this before. Sometimes as a defense, you get so wrapped up in defending the first down line that's your last line of defense. And once they get past that, they're gone.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone. Too far downfield, something those linemen have to watch out for, and that time it costs them. Now Jones from the gun, he'll throw, eluding the pressure right. And I think the ball's out. And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well. Second time he's fumbled in this game. Fortunate for him, this one goes out of bounds.
And the key for him now is how much equity have you built up with your coaching staff? How much equity have you built up with your team to continue to get opportunities? Fortunate that one went out of bounds. And
oh, my goodness, here's a 5th interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
So a 4th-quarter pick-6 here, and that one might put this game out of reach, CD.
I certainly agree with that, partner. And I know one thing, though. That team that just got the pick-6, they're going to keep playing until this one's over. Better be careful. They're looking to get another one.
Now Myers for the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6. And now the kick is away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And that last pick-6 may have been the backbreaker as they now face a 3-score deficit in the 4th quarter. They need points quickly.
Okay, here we go.
Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. After the pick-6, they go right back to the air. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
They'll roll him out right. He's got a man, complete.
And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. So roughing the passer there, a big mistake defensively.
Yeah, and even though you've got a quarterback out of the pocket and the rules change downfield, that doesn't mean the same rules don't apply with the QB. Anything more than one step, they're going to throw a flag on you every time.
Got a man. It's Darren Waller. Touchdown, Giants. Darren Waller, 27 yards.
And the Giants have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
Extra point try good by Gano. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore.
And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. 33 yards that time.
That's good for a Seattle Seahawks.
Up the middle, here's Walker.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 22-yard
And now
line.
Smith going to change the play. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
A loss of 1, now a loss of 2, and they're staring at a 3rd and 13. Here's Smith. Completes it to Fant on the right side. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to about the 19. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So on now comes the kicker. It's Jason Myers. It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder. Myers' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
This is 1st and 10. To throw is Jones. Gets this to Waller.
At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. All 3 timeouts remain, but they've got to score quick. It's 1st and 10. Here's Jones. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. But just over a minute to go in the football game. 2nd and 10. Now Jones.
Flushed out right. That's caught at the 25. And finally taken down at the 20-yard line.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
And they're going to get him. He's sacked now around the 28. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game.
Jones.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Jamal Adams.
And the Seahawks are going to have it here at their own 15.
Well, there's a time and a place for everything. Down 2 scores late in the 4th. I get it. Now is the time to throw it downfield, but that one might just write an end to this ball game.
Yeah, I hear all the time how critical I am of play calls. Not in this situation. No other choice, really. Look at the clock. Look at the scoreboard. Had to press it and take a chance.
Call it a gain of a yard, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 16-yard line.
So the victory here for Seattle. And I tell you what, I can't remember a defensive performance as good as this one. They seemingly forced turnover after turnover after turnover every time you turned around.
Yeah, you could just keep going with it, can't you? After turnover, after turnover. As this game unfolded, they were doing all the dictating, right? They told the offense exactly how it was going to go down today. So you saw them deflate